Good afternoon. I call this meeting to order at 12:03. Can I have a roll call, please?
Yes, ma'am. Rolando Cáceres,
Present.
Manuel Guerra Penn,
Present.
Tony Narvaez, Jim Gonzalez,
Present.
Regina Portillo, Daniela Salazar,
Present.
Adolfo G. Martinez,
Present.
and Hector J. Garcia. And Miss Cindy Cantu was appointed but has not been sworn in yet.
Okay. Can I have a motion to excuse the commissioners not present?
So moved.
Got it.
Second.
Let us stand for the pledge of allegiance.
We have to vote on that.
Ya no, ya dijo second.
Second, but then you have to call for the question. The vote. Yeah. All those in favor say
All
aye.
those in favor say aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay.
Let us stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consider of approval of minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of February 1st, 2024?
I make a motion to approve the minutes from February 1st, 2024.
Second.
Second by Mr. Cáceres. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Again? No. Go ahead. Are there any citizen comments?
We don't have any at this time.
Okay. We move on to item 6A. Do I read it?
This item was requested to be tabled,
Okay.
so you can read it into the record or consider it. You probably want to open the
The public
hearings,
hearing,
so
yes.
we can have the public hearing.
Okay.
You need to.
Yeah.
This is a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak for or against this item?
Yes. Madam Chair, point of order. We need to read the public
We have
hearing.
to read.
The public hearing.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We have to read, it's amending the zoning ordinance map of the city of Laredo by rezoning lots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7, and 8, block 1015, Eastern Division, and a 7,320.3 square feet tract of land along South Buena Vista Avenue between Palo Blanco Street and Tinaja Street, as further described in meets and bounds in attached Exhibit A, located at 2720 South Zapata Highway, from B3 to a B4.
Speak for or against?
Did you open the public hearing?
Well, the thing is that he already had it come
Right,
up.
but you'll need to announce that.
Again.
Yes.
Okay.
Here to speak for or against?
Anybody here to speak for or against?
Yes, Miguel Gomez for the record. We're kindly requesting to table the item so that we allow the new representative from that district to review our request.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I motion to table the item.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. 6B, amending the zoning ordinance of City of Laredo by rezoning approximately 0.3007 acres as further described by meets and bounds in attached Exhibit A, located north of Cielito Lindo Boulevard and west of Cuatro Vientos Road, from R1MH to R1A.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record overview, applicant is Javier Leanda, owner. Mimosa 2, Texas Gen Partners applicant. Boras Nance Engineering is representative. Property description is approximately 0.3007 acres, located north of Celito Lindo Boulevard and west of Cuatro Vientos Road. The zone change request is from an R1MH to an R1A. Proposed use is residential. Letters sent were 37 for, 0 against 0. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. Zone change signage. Zoning overview. Future land use. Staff recommendation, staff supports the proposed zone change. Proposed motion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. Wayne Nance with Porterhouse Engineering.
Yes.
We're in support of the zone change. We're here for any questions you might have. Thank you.
Okay. This is a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak for or against this item? No? Does the commission have any questions?
Motion to close the public hearing and introduce.
Do I have a question?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion passes. 6C, amending the zoning ordinance map of the city of Laredo by rezoning lots 1 and 2, Block 1, del Sur subdivision, Unit 1, located at 2301 and 2319 Lomas del Sur Boulevard, from B1 to a B4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record, applicant is Rachel Rebeth, owner. Property description location is lots 1 and 2, Block 1, Lomas del Sur subdivision, Unit 1, located at 2301 and 2319 Lomas del Sur Boulevard. Zone change request is from a B1 to a B4. Proposed use is hospice. Letters sent were 36 for, 0 against 0. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. Zone change signage. Zoning overview. Future land use. Staff recommendation, staff does not support the proposed zone change. Proposed motion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak for or against this item?
Madam Chair, for the record, my name is Cristobal Rodriguez. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'll answer whatever you guys think, but we would like to change the zoning to do a hospice. The owner that you have up there, it's actually Dr. Rachel Rebeth. She's a pediatrician. So we would like to do is a hospice in the south. We don't have hospice for children, and we want to dedicate a hospice just for children in the south. Another thing we would like, since we're going to be doing a big shopping center, it's going to be more like clusters. We would like 1 or 2 restaurants in the south. I think you guys have seen everything that's happening on the north side, that everybody goes from the south side to drink on the north side. They are going back, 20, 30 miles, and you have a lot of accidents on loop. I think we need to do something in the south where we can pretty much do the same thing, kind of like a República. We've got 2 restaurants that are very interested, but they would like the zone change also for B4. One of them being Las Barricas, another one being a wing place, of course, kind of like a sports bar. We do not want maquinitas. We're actually changing everything at Stewart Title. I just got the phone with Letty Perez. She's changing everything for the restrictions for we don't allow any maquinitas in that area. We want to do something very nice for the south. One being 2 restaurants and being the hospice, but the hospice for children. I think what happens most of the time that some of these children that are terminally ill, they have to go to San Antonio, they have to go to Corpus, and their families are 200 miles away. So we want them close to their families. Even their last days, they can be with their brothers and sisters and stuff like that. So that's what we would like to do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question for staff. Why does it say that you don't support?
For all the reasons that we've identified in our communication. This site is, as you can see, is located abutting residential uses. The uses that are allowed by B4 uses typically will typically negatively impact residential uses, and by those uses would be warehousing, outside storage, tire shops, heavy vehicles accessing these sites. Those are the types of the uses that can be allowed in B4. So that is a concern. Of course, it's not consistent with the comprehensive plan that designate this as mixed use, which doesn't allow for B4 uses. We'll create an isolated zoning district, and it's definitely would be, the B4 is out of character with the area and the zone that are but that location.
Okay,
I have a question. Is it something they could do in a B3?
The hospice does require B4. We would recommend instead a conditional use permit for the hospice use. The restaurants would be allowed in a B1 or B3, again, with a special use permit for a restaurant if they're seeking restaurant serving alcohol. So there are some alternatives for the proposed uses that they've mentioned.
And just, Ms. Guerra, when you mentioned some of these things like.
Mr.
Mr. Rodriguez.
Can you step
To the
up,
well,
please?
please.
So
Yes.
when you mentioned some of these, I've been doing real estate for 25 years, and I also sat on the Board of Adjustment for 7 years. You're saying warehouses, heavy equipment, that's more for an M1 industrial. We're looking strictly, we don't want to do any of that. We're doing the restrictions with sewer title, so we remove all of those options. There will only be one owner, there is no association, and within the association, we're specifically saying that we don't want stuff like that, and we're going to do it in our bylaws. So there's only going to be one owner, so somebody can't come in and say, you know what, I bought this one, I'm going to change it, and even when we sell it in the future, those restrictions will carry on because Stuart Health's changing all the restrictions right now.
That may be, however, the B4, we don't enforce those private covenants. So the B4, according to the zoning, would allow the uses that I've mentioned.
Absolutely,
Okay.
but more, you're talking about more industrial, because you said warehouses, you can't put a warehouse unless it's
Yes,
an
you can.
industrial.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, you can.
okay, so we want to do just restaurants and the hospice for children.
Okay.
Would that,
What are the wishes?
well, would that compromise of the B3 work for you, or are you saying no?
We would like it before, because we'd like 2 restaurants there also. You know, we want to revitalize down the south. We want people to work in the south. We want people to stay in the south where they can have a couple of drinks and take their, like Valentine's. You want to take out your tu novia, whatever you want. Take them out there, have a couple of drinks, enjoy the south instead of driving 30 miles and having all these accidents in the south. And then you've got people that work in the south, they can actually walk to their business. And I know what you're talking about, the subdivision in the back. So we've already addressed that. We're not doing a strip center, we're doing clusters. And we'll show you the plans later. And the reason we're doing the clusters is because we want breezeways there for everything. We don't want a huge shopping center and block the area for the back. We kind of want to incorporate all of the neighborhood.
Si no tienes el plan.
All that being said, you can do all of that in a B3.
In a B3.
Well, we can't do a bar, we can't do a restaurant grill on a B3. And we can't do the
And with
hospice, we can do a conditional use permit,
But with a
but we can't do the hospice with a B3. We have to, it's gonna be a B4.
Well, you would need the conditional use permit for the hospice.
Well, that's what we are, hopefully we can change it, so it's up to you guys.
Madam Chair, a question for staff. I see that you have B4 within a relative distance of it.
It's along the highway.
Yeah, it's along, well, Lomas Azoto is a 120-foot right-of-way. I mean, it is a major arterial.
That's correct.
That's one issue that I have with us not at least identifying these as a little more intensive for use. My next question is, what about a hospice is so intensive a use that you would require a B4 for it? I mean, a hospice is, end of life care. I would be more concerned with a bar in that area than I would with a hospice. And so, is this something that maybe council needs to revisit in terms of what is adopted for a hospice to be in a B1 or a B3 without conditional use permits? Again, its intensity not being near what a bar would be or maquinitas or something of that nature.
That may be the case.
Because again, it doesn't stand to reason that we would put a hospice in such an intensive use environment alongside maquinitas, alongside bars, that we would put it more where a doctor's office might belong or a dentist's office, something that has a lesser intensity. And those are just my thoughts on it. Obviously, those are things that you can do with a conditional use permit that just adds another layer and another hoop for you all to jump through. And if we're trying to be economic drivers, this is not something that we're going to be able to continue to do in areas where we want to create these serendipitous events where you don't have to drive as far to get to some place. And then, of course, you have accidents, you have traffic, and all those other things that go with that. I'd like to see us maybe move to that some direction, but again, that's a subject for council. on how we do that, or how we address it in the land development code going forward. Because again, the intensity of that use
Well,
is not near.
we're, as we mentioned, we're just concerned with the proximity of those residential uses abutting B4, which does allow a myriad of intense uses.
Correct.
Okay.
Agreed. And I don't think that I could support a B4, but I certainly don't want to exclude a hospice from a B1
Yes.
as a possibility in a B1 without the extra hoops. Again, those are just my thoughts, and given how the comp plan and the land development code is currently written, it's not something we can't do without a conditional use permit, so.
So we've already got a doctor that's Dr. Roberta's moving her clinic. She's right down the road. We have a pharmacy coming in already, and we have a little snack shop. So we have a bunch of stuff, but we do want to do the hospice, especially for children. There's
Are
nothing
those
on the radar.
uses permissible in a B1? A doctor's office and a pharmacy?
Typically, a doctor's office, yes. I would have to look up the pharmacy.
Again, a hospice would be no worse than that, in my opinion.
And that's something that council could direct staff to review and possibly do an ordinance amendment.
Maybe align that to be closer to a B1 or B3. Okay, fair enough.
Other questions, commissioners? No? What are the wishes of the commission?
I make a motion to close the public hearing and go with the staff recommendation on this item.
Do we have a second?
Second. It just doesn't, under the current conditions,
Conditions.
it's not something we can support. But again, council has the final say, so I'll leave it to them for that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. All right, on the way. D. 6D, amending the zoning ordinance of the city of Laredo by rezoning Lot 26, Block 1, Cuatro Vientos Norte subdivision, Phase 3, located at 2620 Bexar Court, from R1A to R2.
This item, the applicant has requested it be tabled, but again, we would follow the same procedure, have the public hearing.
Okay.
If you'd like our presentation, we'd be happy to also do the presentation if you'd like.
You guys, do you?
That's right.
No?
Let's just open the public hearing, close it, and
Okay.
table the item.
This is a public hearing. Anyone wish to speak against or in favor of this item?
Motion to table the item.
There's someone here that wants to
There's
speak.
someone.
Where's that?
Yeah, no, but if the motion takes precedent, the table, so we have to have a vote on the motion table. Again, it doesn't, if we're not gonna vote on it, there's no sense in hearing the
It
item.
is on the record for a public hearing. We don't have to have the public hearing?
Not if you motion to table.
I mean, if it's getting tabled, they'll have an opportunity to state their case at the next, when it is public hearing or when it is heard in front of the
When it is
council.
heard.
So if it's being tabled, he can,
It's,
come to the next meeting when it's gonna be open for public hearing.
Thank you, sir.
so there's a motion, we need
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
Motion.
Motion passes. 6E, amending the zoning ordinance of the city of Laredo by authorizing the issuance of a planned unit development of duplexes on Lot 26, Block 1, Cuatro Vientos Norte subdivision, Phase 3, located at 2620 Bexar Court, from R1A to R2 PUD.
Madam Chair, this
That's the same,
this
right?
item, they've also requested it to be tabled.
Because I was reading it in, and it's like the same address.
Motion to table?
Because-
Motion to
Yes.
table?
It is the same location.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
there's a procedural event that I think we're missing. There is a motion required to open up the public hearings. And-
That
and so-
That is correct. We do
and
have to have a
so,
public.
If I may, for the next item, which is 6F,
F?
motion to open public hearing 6F.
Okay.
Second.
They've already closed the public hearing.
Amending the zoning,
You gotta take a vote
You have to take a vote?
Yes, ma'am.
For each one?
for each one. When you open the public hearing, there has to be a motion to open the public hearing, a second for the public hearing, to concur, and then vote to allow.
And then a vote to close?
And vote to close. Yes, ma'am.
Eso no lo hemos hecho.
Is that what we're gonna do it? I
Okay.
apologize,
I know you have experience, Mr. Belmontes, I know.
We're gonna vote, we're gonna vote.
So we need a vote for each one.
So you have a motion and a second,
Okay.
and I'll vote.
All in favor, open that.
All in favor to open the public hearing?
Aye.
Okay. 6F, amending the zoning ordinance map of the city of Laredo by rezoning approximately 0.07 acre tract, 1.32 acre tract, and 2 acre tract as further described by Metes and Bounds in attached Exhibit A located south of FM 1472 Road and east of Minerales Annex Road from AG to M1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. For the record, overview applicant is Brick Jones, owner, Ricardo Villarreal, representative. Property description location is approximately 0.07 acre tract, 1.32 acre tract, and 2.0 acre tract located south of FM 1472 Road and east of Minerales Annex Road. The proposed zone changes AG to an M1. Proposed use is industrial. Letters sent were 940 against 0. Location view. Aerial view. Street view. Zone change signage. Zoning overview. Future land use. Staff recommendations. Staff supports the proposed zone change. Proposed motion. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Si no usaba ese en grupos, sería individual.
Sí, sería individual. Okay. Perdón.
Good evening.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Madam Chair. Ricardo Villarreal, Topside Civil Group, representative of the owner. Here in favor of the zone change, and we agree with staff's comments and staff's recommendation. Here to answer any questions that you may have.
This is just like a little piece, right, that's missing?
That is correct.
two
So,
of them.
the underlying zoning right now currently is agricultural.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it came in when Mines Road was annexed.
Okay.
The current use right now is industrial. So, we're getting ready to submit for some permitting. And that's gonna require us to come up to code
Okay.
on this.
All right. Can I have a motion?
Motion to close public hearing and go forward with staff recommendation to support the M1.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against?
And one abstention,
One abstention?
one abstention. Until I get clarification.
So, do you need a show of hands?
Oh, I think we're fine.
We're fine? Okay.
4 and 1.
All against? Motion passes. Ahora sí ya vamos a cerrar. ¿Verdad? ¿O ya se cerró todo?
Yes, it's settled.
Ahora sí.
Motion to open public hearing 7A?
But
7 days.
7A is a plat.
Oh, I'm sorry,
So
this is
that
flat.
that
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
sorry.
apply.
So let me go back to the top of the agenda.
Okay. Consideration of the following preliminary plats and preliminary replats. 7A, preliminary consideration of the plat of San Andres Property Subdivision. The intent is industrial.
Yes, ma'am. For the record, applicant is San Andres Properties, engineer is Francisco Ramos from Ramos Engineering. Proposed use is industrial. The zoning for this one lot development is AG, and a portion is not applicable as approximately 245.63 square feet of this tract is in the ETJ. Location view, aerial view, street view, the proposed plat, staff comments planning, fire and parks and leisure, and the proposed motion.
Thank you. Any comments from the engineer? I think that's the email, right? The email that we received, that we all have in our packet, that he wasn't gonna be able to attend.
That's correct, Madam Chair. There was a medical issue.
A medical issue. What are the wishes of the commission?
I make a motion to approve the staff recommendations.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No, it's up there.
All against?
I don't have it.
Motion passes. Okay. 7B, preliminary consideration of the plat of Terra Bona 1 subdivision. The intent is commercial.
Yes, ma'am. For the record, the applicant is Javier Delgado Navarro. Engineer is Francisco Ramos from Ramos Engineering. Proposed use is commercial. The zoning for this two-lot development is B3. Location view, aerial view, the proposed plat, staff comments planning, parks and leisure, and the proposed motion.
Any comments from the engineer of record? Do we,
Same one.
It's one of the, it's in the
it's
email.
the same one?
Yeah.
Ah,
Same engineer.
So, what are the wishes of the commission? Do you have any questions for staff? What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve, recommended.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All against? Motion passes. 7C, preliminary consideration of the replat of Lot 1, Block 1, Las Aldeas Commercial, Phase 1, into Lots 1A and 1B, Block 1, Las Aldeas Commercial, Phase 1. The intent is commercial.
Yes, ma'am. For the record, the applicant is Garrett Ford Huber. Engineer is KCI Technologies. Proposed use is commercial. The zoning for this two-lot development is B1. Location view, aerial view, the as platted and replat proposal, staff comments planning, parks and leisure, and the proposed motion.
Hello, any comments?
Yes, good afternoon, Madam Chair. My name is Andres Rubio with KCI Technologies. The engineers of record, and we concur with the comments.
Does the commission have any questions?
No. Pretty straightforward. A motion to approve is recommended.
Second.
With staff notes.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. 8A, consideration of the following preliminary and final plats. A, preliminary and final consideration of the replat of UISD John P. Alexander High School, plat, Lot 1A, Block 1, and a 12.49 AC and a 4 AC unplatted tracts into UISD John B. Alexander High School, Lot 1B, Block 1. The intent is institutional.
Yes, for the record, the applicant is United Independent School District, engineers KCI Technologies, proposed use is institutional. The zoning for this one lot development is R1, B1, B3, B4. Location view, aerial view, as platted, and the replat proposal. The proposed motion.
Could you go back to the pictures of the proposed, that one, no, the proposed and the,
Oh, excuse me.
ese. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Andres Rubio for the record with KCI Technologies. Here to answer any questions.
This is to expand the school, or is that what this is?
Yes, so this is a reconsideration for pre-final and final. Basically, they're adding that, it's like 12 acres to the east. So additional acreage for the school.
La orilla.
Thank you.
Thank you. are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve as recommended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All against? Motion carries. Reconsideration of the following final plats and final plats. And final replats, sorry. Final plats and final replats. Final reconsideration of the plat of Lot 1, Block 1, the Coves at Winfield Commercial Unit 1. The intent is commercial. The purpose of this reconsideration is to add an off-site access, utility and drainage easement.
Yes, ma'am. For the record, applicant is Killam Development, engineers Mesquite Engineering. Proposed use is a commercial. The zoning for this one lot development is R1. Location view, aerial view, the final plat, and the proposed motion.
What are the wishes of the commission? Is the same?
Is there anybody from Killam here to discuss this item? I thought you were gonna get up. Sorry, big guy. I was trying to get the other guy to stand up. No, you're right. You're good. You're good. You heard you talk.
Chair, Commission, and staff. For the record, Rodolfo Morales representing Killam Development and Mesquite Engineering. And we concur with the comments and approve the final reconsideration of that. I'm here for any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are the wishes of the commission?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. Consideration of an extension to the following final plat and final replats. Considering of an extension to the final approval of the plat of El Sendero subdivision, the intent is residential.
Yes, for the record, the applicant is BGO LLC, sorry. Engineers, Porras Nance Engineering. Proposed use is a residential. The zoning for this 69 lot development is R1A. Location view, aerial view, the plat, and the proposed motion.
Madam Chair, a question for staff. No issues with the extension? Was there a reason given for the extension?
None whatsoever. They're still working on their improvements, but there's no issue with the extension at all.
So this is something that they asked for because
This is something that they asked for, and the ordinance does allow for an additional 6 months, not to exceed 36.
Okay, not to exceed?
36 total.
Thank you.
Yes.
What are the wishes of the commission?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. And then 11, consideration of model subdivision compliance. Consideration of model rule subdivision compliance of Lot 1, Block 1, 501 Imperial Manada subdivision into North Crest residential subdivision. The intent is residential.
Yes, for the record, the applicant is SKG Homes, Engineers Cepegua Consulting, LLC. Proposed use is residential. The zoning for this 92 lot development is R1 and R2. Location view, aerial view, as platted and their replat, and the proposed motion.
And what are the wishes of the commission?
Staff, where is the water draining from these lots and from the subdivision?
Should be draining to the front of the lot.
To the front of the lot?
Yeah.
Down the street and then ultimately into the Manadas Creek or one of our detention areas?
That is correct. There is a plat note for certain specific lots to drain to the back and there's an agreement with the city to drain to the Manadas Creek. It's in plat note number 13.
What are the wishes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passes. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion carries. Do we have any comments?
No, ma'am.
That's okay. Pues, listos. Happy Valentine's.